Good morning, everyone. Is it audible and the screen is visible or not? Just confirm. Just confirm in a chat box quickly. Okay, fine. So what we have seen in the last lecture, lastly we have seen what is compiler, what is interpreter, and what is flow chart. What are the symbols are used in a flow chart, and also we have seen the algorithm. Basic problem we have seen, right? So you can see that it is the symbol start, stop, that is for the flow, parallelogram, that is for input, output, for process and condition, right? And other we have seen that is what a circle, that is a connector. Within the same page, if you want to write, this is connector. This all symbols we are not going to use. This is just for your reference. So we have seen which flowchart and algorithm for the real problem. That means what? For addition of two number we have seen. So what is the thing? Just input, output, that means display, and the another one is in between process. Mainly whenever any problem is there, there are three statements, or we can say the three ways are there, and they are what? Input, output, and processing. This is the main thing, right? So first, what? To add two number, we require two numbers. So input number one, number two. Then you need to process it. That means you need to do the sum. So same like we are writing in a maths, that C equal to A plus B, right? So here what? Sum equal to number one plus number two. This is. After that, you need to display. So you can see that for input and display, we are going to use this symbol. And for processing, we are going to use what? Rectangle. Okay, start and stop must be there within oval. So this is the symbol. Now the algorithm for that is what? You can see again, start, whatever you have written normally in this one, same thing will be applied there. Only the difference will be there when there is a repetition of statement and decision making is there, right? So today we will see the program. This is the simple flow program. That means what? The statements are going to execute in a sequence one. You can see that first input, this statement will be executed. Then this statement will be executed, which one? Area equal to 1 by 2 BH, and then display. So that means they are supposed to be executed in a sequence one. Okay, any doubt into that? These statements are executed in a sequence one. So that is the thing, right? Now, another we have seen, that is average of marks of 3 students, right? And this is the last reminder to all of you. Just join in a format. Dhruvil Shah, you have not joined in a format. Your roll number underscore D3 underscore first name, last name, right? Otherwise, you will be marked as a absent now onwards. Okay, no reminder will be given for the joining in format. Fine. So this is marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, divide by 3. So it is nothing but what? A average. This is the algorithm for that one. Okay. Now, today we are going to see, before moving to the decision making statement, one more example of this one that we are going to see, and that is what? To find out hour, minute, and second. You can see that what happened. We will be having a total seconds. First, you just concentrate on this part, and then we will move to the flow chart. Okay, first we'll understand concept in a theory. So I will be having a one number, and that is total second. So you can see that this, I will be having seconds is what? 3665. Okay, again repeating, I will be having total seconds, that is 3666. Now, if I need to find out the hours from that one, so we know that, right? 1 hour, that means what? A 60 minute. 1 hour, that means a 60 minute. Okay. Now, I will be having what? A total seconds. So for that, if for 60 minutes, that will be a 3600 seconds. So what I'll do, whatever the seconds total I will be having, I will divided it by what? 3600. Okay. So I will be having an answer that is what 1. Now this is what in unit 2 we will learn in a detail one how the division will be done. So what happened right now, don't about a decimal point, right? Only you will give only the answer of division you will be having as a whole part, integer number it is called, right? So what happened, you will be having 1 hour. Okay, any doubt in this statement? Second statement. Now you need to find out how many seconds which are remaining. So first step is what? Total seconds are given. It will be converted into hour. So it is 1 hour. Now remaining are what? 66 is what? A second. But how to get that in a programming? So for that, one another operator will be used. Meet, just join with your roll number 236. Your roll number is 236. So join with that and with format. Otherwise, I'll remove you. Okay, just I'll wait for a minute or so. So the next one is what? 66. But how to get this, right? So for that, there is one operator is there, and that is called a modulo operator. It is nothing but sign what? A percentage. It is called what? A modulo operator. It will give you the reminder. See, for me, it is not possible to write everything with the annotation. So just listen carefully. Okay. So it is what? A modulo operator. It will give you what? A reminder. It will give you a reminder. So you can see that what I have done. I have done a seconds total. This will be what? 3666. It will be modulo by seconds which are for 1 hour, that is 3600. So I'll get answer what? 66. Okay, any doubt up to this? First I have find out hour, then I have find out the remaining seconds. Now I need to find out minutes. So how I'll get? Whatever the remaining second is there, again it is what? 66. So we can't go for 66 seconds, right? It is what? 1 minute 6 seconds. 66 seconds, that means what? 1 minute, because 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. So I cannot write 66 seconds. I can write what? 1 minute 6 seconds. So you can see that minutes, next statement, this minutes equal to what? Seconds remaining. This is seconds remaining, that is 66, and divide by 60, it is a division. It will not give you in a what? A float one, right? Decibel. So it is what? 1. Now after that you need to get what? A second, 6 seconds. So that for that what we have used which one? Modulo operator. Just remind that when modulo will give you the reminder. So any doubt in this theory? Then we will move to the flow chart. Is there any doubt in theory how the total seconds will be converted into hour, minute and seconds? Any student? Just quickly confirm, so I'll come to know. Anyone is having doubt? Okay, fine, fine. Right? See, if you are any doubt is there, just make a habit of writing either into the chat box or just raise your hand. Okay, fine. So now the same thing we need to convert into flowchart. So first step is what? Start always. Now I need to take input for this one, right? Because total second, that is what? 3666. So this is the statement for this. And make a symbol. Okay, make a concentration on symbol. This is parallelogram. Input second totals. Here you can take any variable. Okay, just I have taken a name what? A second underscore total. And why? You can't go for any variable C, A, B. Okay, just take a variable which are having a proper format. Right? Fine. Dhruvil, Shah and Meet join in a format. Dhruvil, Shah and okay, just rename yourself. You can rename yourself in a meeting itself. So just quickly rename yourself. Otherwise, I'll remove you. Dhruvil, Shah and Meet. Otherwise, your attendance won't be counted. Fine. So now what happened? Input, right? Then what is the next step to count the hours? So hours equal to what? Just divide by 3600. That is the seconds for 1 hour. Fine. So it will give you hours. That is what? 1. Now another process. See, this process I have not write in a one rectangle. Okay. It will be divided into as many process you will be having in a separate rectangle. Another is what? Second remaining. Here the same variable is. Now is it visible and the am I audible? And just ask your friends to join quickly. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. We will be wait for few seconds, right? Till that I'll repeat that one. So what happened? We have taken a total seconds and then we have converted into what? Hours, minutes and seconds. Now I have given a one homework. That is what? You need to take a input as a total paisa, right? And you need to convert it into what? We can say the rupees and paisa. Another example can be asked in which way you will be having a total centimeter. You will be having total given what? Centimeter. So convert it into what? A meter and centimeter, right? Or it may be a kilometer, meter and cent. So in this way, this type of example can be asked. So you can find out it using this two operation. Normally it is what? Division and modulo. Normally it is what? Division and modulo. Clear? So now next one is what? To find out the number is even or not odd. So we know that this you have already learned in a mathematics that what? A number is even if it is divisible by 2. Divisible by 2, that means what? The remainder you will get what? A 0. So that means what? How we are going to check? So as we have discussed, we will be having a one operator that is called what? Modulo. Modulo operator is there if the, or it will give you what? A reminder. So if the remainder is 0, that means the number is even. And if a remainder is not 0, that means what? The number is odd. Fine. So this you can see that start, then enter the number. Whatever the number you want to check, you need to enter this number. So this is the thing. After that, what happened? You need to check. So you can see here there is a decision box, right? So there are two options. The number may be a odd or number may be a even. So we will use which? Is number modulo 2 equal to 0, right? So what happened? Whatever the number, for example, here I have entered a 5. So 5 modulo 2. So there will be a one reminder. Okay, it's not a 0. You will be having one reminder. So what happened? True or false. So it will goes to this part what? False. And it will display what? Number is odd. Number is odd and stop. So you can see that there are two paths here, right? One is a true and another is a what? False. Two paths will be, so this type of is called what? Decision making statement. From this you are going to make the decision in which way you want to go, either a left side or a right side. Fine. Is there any doubt in this one? Is there any doubt? Anyone? Number is odd or even, right? Number is odd or even. Okay. And we will be, you are not supposed to left at 12:40. We'll continue our lecture till we'll complete whatever is supposed to be covered today, right? So ask your friend to join. The lecture will be continue for still 15 minutes. Fine. Now, in this way, you can do this. Okay, any doubt? This is called what? Decision making. For that, the diamond will be used. Now, next is what? A flowchart and algorithm. In that one, we will see how to find out the largest number from two numbers. Largest number from two numbers. So, you can see that start. Now, for that, what? You require two numbers. So, input number 1 and number 2. Same thing is written here also. Step 2. Input number 1 and number 2. After that, what happened? Now you know. If you want to check what is the, we can say the quantity between two number, either greater or less. So for that, this symbol is used, that is called greater than, right? So what I have done, see, and when you are writing in decision box, normally it will be start with the is. Is number 1 greater than number 2? Yes or no? You can write here yes and no also instead of true, false. Both are a valid one. So again, same like the previous one. There we have checked condition what? Modulo 2 equal to 0 or not. Here we have checked what? Greater than. So true, then display number 1 is larger. If false, then display number 2 is larger. And then stop. So you can see that when stop, there are two paths is there. One from this side and the another from this side. Clear? So this type of statement is called what? A decision making statement. Fine. Any doubt in decision making? We have seen number is even or odd, which is the largest number from the given two number, and the another one that we will see how to find out the largest number from the three given number. The next problem is what? The largest number from the three given number. So you can see that we will be having three number 1, number 2 and number 3. So normally what you are doing to check the number 1 is greater than, or sorry, the larger one, either the number 2 or number 3. So for that two condition we need to check. For example, and assume that, okay, these three numbers are a different one, then and then this flowchart will work. Fine. These three numbers are not a same one and all are a different one. So what happened here? Input number 1, number 2 and number 3. After that, I need to check what? Number 1. Suppose first I will go with what? Number 1. So number 1, and for example, I have entered, just a minute, what input I have taken here, right? So I have taken 3, 4, 5. You can see that here number 1, number 2, number 3 is what? 3, 4, 5. So what happened? First it will check here. What is number 1 is greater than number 2? That means 3 is greater than 5. Yes or no? So this is what? No. That means false. So it will execute this path. False. Because what? 5 is greater. Fine. So what again it will, okay, so what is the indirect meaning of this? 3 is not greater than 5. That means 5 is greater than 3. So another condition is required to check what? 5 is greater than 4 or not. So same way you need to check another condition. If it is false, so you have to check another condition, that is what? Is number 2 is greater than number 3. That means what? Is 5 is greater than 4. So it is what? Yes. That means what? This red is true part. You can see that whatever the red color is that, first false and then true. So that is correct one. So display number 2 is the largest one. That means what? 5 is the largest one. Clear? 5 is a largest one and it will stop the algorithm or a flowchart. Clear?